Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed by the chaos of daily life? In today's video, we will delve into the principles of Stoic philosophy and uncover practical tips on how to declutter your mind, reduce stress, and find tranquility in the midst of chaos. Lesson 1. Cut out toxic people. Think of your life as a garden. You put down seeds, care for them, and watch them grow. Now picture weeds growing among your favorite plants. They are poisonous and will hurt your garden by taking away its nutrients. You wouldn't think twice about taking them out, right? It's the same with the people in our lives. Toxic people often control other people by making them feel guilty, scared, or obligated. "I can't believe you're so selfish," or "if you really cared about me, you would," are some of the things they might say to get what they want. They judge quickly but take a long time to praise. They find fault with everyone and everything, even with themselves. Their bad mood can spread to you and make you feel bad too. People who are toxic often don't understand how others feel. They care more about their own wants and needs than yours, and don't care about your feelings or well-being. They love trouble and chaos. To keep the attention on themselves, they might make problems seem worse than they really are, spread rumors, or start fights. When you're done spending time with them, you feel tired, worried, or angry. They take all of your life and happiness away, like a monster. First, make sure there are clear rules. Tell them what kind of behavior you won't stand and what you will not stand for anymore. Don't be aggressive, be forceful. Instead of saying, "you always," use I words like, "I feel uncomfortable when." Cut down on the time you spend with them over time. Not all of them have to be cut off at first. First, cut down on the number and length of your contacts. People who are toxic love to fight. They might try to start a fight with you or make you feel bad for setting limits. Do not interact. Remember to stay cool, set limits, and leave if you need to. Talk to family, friends, or a doctor you trust. They can help you feel better, acknowledge your emotions, and give you useful advice. If the toxic person is family or close friends, it's normal to feel bad or torn about cutting them out. Take care of yourself. You should remind yourself that this is good for you. Try to separate your feelings from what they're doing. Know that their acts show what's going on with them, not how valuable you are. Don't let their confusion make you feel bad. Stay in the present time and practice mindfulness. Instead of reacting without thinking, reply with thought. Take a deep breath, think about what's important to you, and then act in a way that fits with those thoughts. If you can't get rid of them totally, you can still be firm with them. Make it clear what you will and will not stand for. Don't forget that the goal isn't to change the bad people in your life, but how you react to them. You should do this to keep your peace, energy, and health safe. That you should take charge of your life and hang out with positive, inspiring people who can help you grow. The best way to get back at someone who hurt you is to not be like them. If someone is toxic, don't be like them. Instead, choose kindness over cruelty, compassion over judgment, and peace over chaos. That's the Stoic way, and it makes your life easier. Getting rid of poisonous people isn't a sign of being rude or not caring. It's a way to protect yourself. It means valuing your health and refusing to let others drain your energy. It means surrounding yourself with positive people and making a life that truly feeds you. Lesson 2. Take charge of your time. Even though time is limited and can't be recovered, we waste it by letting it slip through our fingers like sand. Stoicism teaches us to see how important time is and make good use of it. It's not that we don't have enough time, but that we waste a lot of it. We put off doing important things, waste time on useless things, and let other people make our plans. It's time to take back control. The first thing we need to do is understand how valuable time is. There are 24 hours in a day, and everyone has the same amount of time. What makes the difference is how you spend these hours. Time is the coin of life, and you should be as smart about how you spend it as you would with money. To get back in charge of your time, you need to know what you want to achieve. Set clear goals for yourself. What do you want to be, and what do you want to achieve? Your goals will help you decide how to spend your time. Make sure your goals are SMART, which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. If you say, "I want to read more," you'll end up doing nothing. Instead, say, "I want to read 1 book per month." Time wasters are things we do that take up our time but don't give us much in return. Some examples are mindless reading on social media, watching too much TV, or going to meetings that aren't necessary. To get back in charge of your time, you need to figure out what your time wasters are and get rid of them. First, keep track of your time. For 1 week, write down everything you do and how long it takes. This will help you see where your time is going. You may be surprised at how much time you waste on things that don't help you. Once you know what wastes your time, you should start cutting it out. That doesn't mean you have to give up all of your free time, though. Relaxation and rest are important for productivity. The key is to find a balance and make sure you spend your time wisely, not mindlessly. Saying yes to every request, task, or offer is a waste of time. You don't have to go to every event, take on every task, or make everyone happy. Remember that when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Stoicism tells us that it's important to live in line with our nature and values. Before you say yes, ask yourself if the job fits with your goals and values. If it doesn't, choose no. Routines help us make good use of our time because they give us order, keep us from getting too tired to make decisions, and make sure that important tasks get done. Begin by making a morning routine. This will help you start the day off on the right foot. Make a daily schedule. Include time for work, rest, exercise, and hobbies. Having a schedule doesn't mean your life has to be fixed. It just means you're choosing how to spend your time. Setting aside specific times on your calendar for different projects or types of work is a powerful way to manage your time. For example, you could block time to check your emails, work on a project, or exercise. To use time blocking effectively, you need to be honest about how long each task really takes and include breaks between them. This way, you can handle interruptions, tasks that come up out of the blue, or tasks that take longer than expected. There is no such thing as multitasking. Trying to do too many things at once will make you less productive. Instead, focus on one job at a time, give it your full attention, finish it, and then move on to the next. No matter what, live in the present. The past is over and the future is unknown. All we have is now. So give the job at hand your full attention and enjoy the process. Do everything you do as if it were your last. This isn't about being afraid. It's about focusing on each job and moment. You don't just get control of your time once and forget about it. Every so often, think about how you're spending your time. What's working? What's not? And where can you make improvements? You should change your habits, routines, and actions after this reflection. Life is unpredictable, and our goals and responsibilities change over time. So should the way you manage your time. It won't happen overnight. You have to work at it, practice, and be patient. But it's worth it, because time isn't just a resource or a currency. It's your life, and every moment you gain is a chance to live fully, deeply, and like a Stoic. Lesson 3. Set priorities for your work. We have a never-ending list of things to do, a lot of demands, and a lot of distractions every day. It's no wonder that we often feel stressed out, overwhelmed, and unable to focus on what's important. But there is a way out of this chaos. Stoicism teaches us how to set priorities, which helps us tune out the noise and focus on what's important. Multitasking is not true. It splits your attention, makes you less productive, and raises your stress level. Stoicism encourages you to focus on one job at a time, give it your full attention, and finish it before moving on to the next. Life goes by quickly when we put things off. Don't try to do too many things at once. Instead, focus on the job at hand. Use all of your senses, take part in the process, and enjoy the journey. Big jobs can be hard to handle, so break them up into manageable pieces and work on one piece at a time. Do different things at different times. If it's time to work, do it. If it's time to rest, do it. Don't blur the lines. Your happiness depends on the thoughts you have. Think about your actions, your goals, and the thoughts you have. Learn from your mistakes and change how you do things as needed. You can't just manage your time by setting priorities. You have to manage your life too. You have to focus on what's important and let go of the rest. You have to live and act with purpose and make the most of every moment. Stoicism teaches us to live in harmony with nature, to take charge of what we can, and to let go of what we can't. Setting priorities means managing our time, our attention, and our actions. It means picking what to do and not doing. It means living the Stoic way. Lesson 4. Remember, your life is your responsibility. It's easy to feel like a pawn in someone else's game or a passenger on someone else's journey through life. But Stoicism makes it clear that our life is our responsibility, not our parents, our partners, or our bosses. It's ours. Without your permission, no one can make you feel less important. This powerful statement echoes the core of Stoic philosophy. We are in charge of our own lives, our own feelings, and our own deeds. We are the captains of our own ships and the writers of our own stories. When we put the blame on someone else, we're saying, "You run my life. You can make or break my day, my year, my life." We're giving someone else control of our lives, which is not only disempowering but also careless. Stop blaming others for your problems. Stop blaming your parents for your lack of confidence. Stop blaming your boss for your career stagnation. Stop blaming the economy for your money problems. Instead, look at yourself and ask, what can I do to change my situation? Acceptance is one of the most important tools for Stoics. It means recognizing and taking your situation as it is without judging or complaining. It means saying, "This is where I am. This is what I'm having trouble with. What am I going to do now?" Just because you accept something doesn't mean you're giving up or saying, "This is my fate. I can't change it." No, acceptance means realizing that you can change the present and the future, but not the past. Accept what fate has tied you to things and people, and love them with all your heart. Acceptance means accepting your reality, flaws and all, and then choosing to move on. Something the Stoics believed in was called the dichotomy of control. It's a simple but powerful idea that describes life as having two parts: things we can control and things we can't. The things we can't change are other people's actions, the weather, the economy, and the past. The things we can change are our thoughts, actions, attitudes, and reactions. The dichotomy of control teaches us to focus on the things we can control and accept the things we can't. It's a simple change in perspective that gives us a lot of power because it reminds us that we're not helpless victims of our lives, but important players in them. Make a list of the things you can control and the things you can't. Then decide to focus on the things you can control and accept the things you can't. This simple practice will help you feel a lot less stressed, anxious, and frustrated. Every minute, we have choices. Some are big, some are small. Some can change our lives, and some don't seem to matter at all. But every choice, no matter how small, shapes our lives. Stoic thought is based on the idea that we have the power to choose, which gives us control over our own lives. But with great power comes great duty. We have to own the decisions we make and be ready to deal with the results. Life is full of problems, setbacks, and tragedies, but those very things make us better. They test our character, make us stronger, and shape our lives. It teaches us to accept our problems as they are, to deal with them head-on, and to build up our inner power. Stoicism tells us that we are stronger, braver, and more amazing than we think. But inner strength isn't something that can be learned quickly. It's something that is gained through experience, failure, and success. It's something that is gained by facing our fears, leaving our comfort zones, and pushing our limits. So, start building your inner strength. Give yourself small challenges at first, and then make them harder over time. Remember that every challenge you face and every obstacle you get past makes you stronger, better, and more ready to handle whatever life throws at you. Take charge of your life. It's your story to tell, your path to walk, and your mountain to climb. So, make decisions and act. And when things go wrong, don't blame others. Instead, look within, learn, and grow. Remember that you are in charge of your own life and the story you are writing. It's not what happens to you that counts, but how you handle it. You are in charge of your life. So own it, handle it, and live the life you really want to live. Stoic wisdom can help you simplify your life. Remember that simplicity isn't about having less. It's about having more of what counts. It means getting rid of things that aren't good for you, managing your time well, setting priorities, and taking charge of your life.